Going to show you how to add a simple crochet border to your knitting. I just have a little sample of stockinette fabric here. And this is my bind off edge. Normally when you have your last loop from the bind off, you would cut the yarn and weave in your ends. But I'm going to use the last loop as the starting point for my crochet border. You could always cut the yarn and use a contrasting color. You don't have to use the same yarn. And if you'll look here, I have slipped the first stitch of every row, so it's going to be really easy to pick up these stitches along the edge to add my border. You can still do this even if you don't slip the edges or the first stitch of every row. It'll just be a little harder to pick up those edge stitches. And you always want to go under both strands of yarn here. You want to go under the entire stitch like this. You don't want to just go under one. Make sure that you're going under both. Okay, so to start out, I'm going to just chain one, just to give me a little extra room to pull my yarn down to get under this first stitch here. So with your crochet hook, go under the first stitch, grab the yarn, and pull it through. And then grab the yarn again and pull that loop through both stitches. Now you have one stitch left on your hook. Go into the next stitch, grab the yarn. I believe it's called making a yarn over in crochet. You can correct me if I'm wrong. 2 stitches on your hook. Yarn over, grab the yarn, and pull it through both stitches. And then you would just repeat that. Whoops. Now when I get to my corner here, to help me go around the corner, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work under the same stitch twice instead of just once. So here's my corner stitch. Just going to go in like I have been doing, grab my yarn, pull it through, go through both loops. And now I'm just going to go into that same area again. And that will just help round out the corner. Now this is my cast on edge. It's going to be a little harder to pick up these stitches, but if you just give a little pull on your fabric, you can usually see the hole. There it is, right there. So that's where I would want to go. And notice again, I'm still picking up 2 strands of yarn. And just continue as you were doing before. And then again, when you get to your corner, you work into that corner stitch twice. And then when you're back to your beginning point, you would just pull the yarn through and weave in your end just like you normally would.